congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, when you first read this script, as a deaf person, what did you feel about the script? Did you think that it really captured the experience that you wanted it to?
When the first time I read the script, I was very moved. Actually, in a very great way, because he got everything right, Brian Selznick, and he really understood the deaf experience. It wasn't just about not hearing things, and it made me fascinated. I also read his book. I felt the same way. I felt so connected to the story. And I actually thought that the person who wrote it was deaf, and when I found out he wasn't, I was so amazed. I was surprised. And Brian Selznick, brought forth the same story in the script. He did amazing research, and I was struck by his understanding of us.
Now, you had several actors that you worked with on the film who were playing deaf people. Was there anything that you were able to help them with in capturing their roles?
No, not at all. Actually, they did all of their research beforehand, and there was an ASL coach, an American Sign Language coach, who taught them sign language and taught Julianne sign language, and was a great consultant, and it was really amazing. So by the time I got there, they had really understood everything. And Oaks Fegley also, he went to New York, and he tried to simulate the experience of not being able to hear. So really came to his own understanding of that character. Julianne Moore, she learned so much sign language, and she was always wanting to know more. It was so much fun working with both of them.
As you mentioned, you work with the great Julianne Moore in the film. Talk a little bit about what your experience was working in the scenes with her.
I was really nervous. I mean, this is my first time working with her, and she was always my favorite actress. I mean, from the time I was young, I loved her in Hunger Games, and so when it was time to work through a scene, and when they called action, I was so nervous. I kept thinking, oh no, what if I mess up? What if I'll be so embarrassed. Here I am working with the Julianne Moore. But she made me feel so comfortable. She made me feel so confident. She just said, take your time and wait until you find it. And I couldn't believe she's telling me to take my time and helping me feel confident. She was very direct and helpful in our scenes.